Hey everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every day. Yes, go down in your settings, look around in there, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, that algorithm. Ooh, it's dragging me. It is dragging me, y'all. And right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so happy, so appreciative for your support. Also, if you just want to do a one time donation, our super thanks button is right over there. And all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, with all that said, y'all, let's get to the read. And y'all know how I do it. When I put the read together, I get in these internet streets, and that's where I was. I was up and down and all around, looking around corners, trying to figure out what are the squatties talking about. What is going on today? What is the topic of the day? I was over to Blue Sky, and Blue Sky is popping. It's a lot of dragging of Camilla over there, and it's a fresh drag. And then I went and peeked my head over to TikTok. And y'all know they said they're closing TikTok down the first of the year. That's what they're talking about over there. I hope not. I hope something happens and it doesn't happen because I love TikTok. I post over there sometimes, but mostly I stay on here on YouTube. But I post over to TikTok. I have a pretty good little following over to TikTok too. So I'm kind of sad about that. And I love the TikTok shop too. Well, we'll see how all that shakes out, but they're talking about that. They're not bothered too much about the roles. They pretty much talking about survival over there. And I went over to Instagram, and Instagram is being Instagram. Like I said, Instagram is Instagramming. It is all over the place, but it seems like the theme of the day is to drag Camilla. That's why I'm thinking it was the second part because this is such a fresh drag. And then I went over to X, formerly known as Twitter, and guess what? They dragging Camilla. They dragging Camilla. Yeah, they dragging Camilla. So that's why I'm thinking it had to be a part two. It had to be. But I'm telling you, I have enjoyed it. Y'all know how much I love to drag Camilla. That is just, ooh, that is chef kiss for me. Because y'all know how hyped I get when I think about how Camilla saw that sweet little face that on that little sweet little boy, that little sweet motherless child that Harry was, and decided to take full advantage of him not having his mother. Whew, and I get hyped and try and just did it in order to ingratiate herself and Charles, try to promote them. We ain't gonna get started because we're gonna talk about it later, but and I'm telling you, the squatties, woo, the squatties are hyped. I thought I got hyped. The squatties are hyped, and I mean on all the platforms. The squatties are hyped about Camilla. Hmm. And then I got a little tea I want to talk to y'all about between Camilla and Kitty Cat. We I think several podcasts back, we talked about this, and I said it as a theory, kind of threw it out if it was something going on between Kitty Cat and Camilla. Y'all remember I said, because you don't ever see them together anymore, that they were like Batman and Bruce Wayne. Like they was like Clark Kent and Superman. You never see them at the same time. Y'all remember me saying that? And it seemed like that might be true. I found an article saying that there's something going on there, and we're gonna talk about that a little later too. But the big thing, the real big thing, the most important thing is Harry's court update. And so we're gonna start with that, and I'm gonna put it up here. And I found this in the it's a newspaper called the Straight Standard. No, it's called the Straight Times, and it says the title of the article is Prince Harry's phone hacking lawsuit against the Daily Mail to go to trial in 2026. Is it me, or has this not been going on forever? Because Harry and Meghan started this journey when they first left, and we are working on our 6th year almost. Ooh, and they're talking about 2026, and this started in 2020. The pen, whatever. I can't say the word on here because YouTube goes crazy when you say the C word or the pan word. But that was still going on. And here we are, they talking about 2026. That's crazy to me. Now, I understand that the wheels of justice grind slowly, but this is ridiculous. And I think they do that on purpose to wear you out, to make you want to settle or not even, start a lawsuit in the first place, because you have to be really committed to what you plan on doing and pursuing the case. Because if you're not that committed, I can understand somebody throwing their hands up and say, I'm tired of this. Because think about that. That's a long time. But let's go on to what it says. It says Prince Harry and other high profile British figures privacy suit against the Daily Mail newspaper publisher will go to trial in early 2026. Oh, and then also, we got that one with Murdoch. I think it's NGN. We got that one coming up the first of this year. Whew. Y'all, it is definitely a marathon and not a sprint when it comes to this mess. But Harry said, he up for it. And he has not wavered, not one time. I love him for that. And I'm gonna go on it. It said, London's High Court heard on Tuesday with parties' legal costs set to exceed 38 million pounds, which is $47.8 million. Ooh. And we all know Harry is going to win because there's so much evidence out there that these people did that. They had a documentary on television. Y'all remember the tabloids on trial? And it just laid out a lot of the evidence that's against these newspapers. I guess some people gonna have to get laid off after they have to shed out all this money. All those people who be sitting around the table brainstorming how they can make up lies and smear Harry and Meghan and or try to pull them into something that has nothing to do with them, how to connect the dots of some way to make it all about Harry and Meghan. It's going to be fewer people in the room doing that because they going to have to lay some people off. And y'all know that new lawsuit that is against, I think it's against Murdoch, that 101 plaintiffs have filed lawsuits against them. And one of them, y'all remember I had it in a podcast, one of them is Chelsea. Chelsea Davy want them to run her check because they made her life a living hell. And I don't blame her. Yeah, so I'm telling you, the aim, I think, is to break them. Because even if they settle, they're going to have to settle, be a lot of money. And I don't think they can afford that because if you also know, their readership consistently goes down every year, every quarter that they report what their readership is. It's just dwindling, dwindling, dwindling. And that's one reason why they try to make everything more and more hellacious. But I don't know. But let's go on. It said Harry, the younger son of King Charles, is one of 7 claimants suing Associated Newspapers over allegations of voicemail interception, commonly known as phone hacking, and other serious privacy breaches dating back 30 years. Associate, which also published the Mail on Sunday, has always denied involvement in unlawful practices. We know that's a lie. We know it's a lie because, like I said, we saw the documentary. With that evidence that they showed in that documentary, they guilty. And they're gonna have to give up the money. Basically, all they doing is trying to run out the clock here because they know they did what they did and they know Harry has the goods. They know these people, these other claimants have the goods. So they're just trying to run out the clock. And I just love this for them. Like I said, I hope just everybody who can file a claim against them do exactly that. Make them settle, make them give you some money, make them run that check. I hope it bankrupt them all. I'm just saying. And it says its lawyers said in filings for preliminary hearing on Tuesday that the claimant's allegations were firmly denied. So they denying it. So what? But we know they lying. Because even if we didn't have all the evidence, hadn't saw that documentary, if we hadn't even saw that, we see how the Daily Mail moves on a daily basis. We see them how they move in these streets, making up lies, creating scenarios. That's what they do. And they don't do anything except create the news. They do not report on it. So I'm telling you, we see you. We see how you moving. I'm just saying. It says publishers attempt to throw out the lawsuit was rejected last year, paving the way for a trial which the claimants and associated says should begin in early 2026. Lawyers representing the claimants, who also include singer Elton John and actors Elizabeth Hurley and Sadie Frost, expect to spend around £18.4 million up to and including the trial. They're going to have to get up off a lot of money because even if these people settle, they still got to pay that money. They still got to pay the money. And I just love this for them. They should have left Harry alone. They just kept on and kept on and kept on and just continued to do Charles' bidding. Charles got into bed with the devil and hatched up this whole attack on his son because Charles wanted to control Harry and these newspaper wanted to exploit Harry. And both of them are really, really, really regretting it. It's a Harry and other claimants lawsuit, which was filed in 2022, marks the first time Associated has been dragged into the phone hacking scandal. They had escaped it, but they could not leave Harry alone. What did Byron call the owner of the Daily Mail? Lord Nappy Head. I hope he got his wallet with him because he is going to have to write a check, a big one. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, but that is it. That is, and then it goes on to talk about the upcoming trial with Murdoch and NG. What is it? MGN? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. NGN, News Group Newspapers. And they went on to talk about that because we got that in January. Just a lot, just a lot. But one thing about it, like I said, it's so much. You have to be so committed. And Harry is so tired. And Harry was saying he understands that he is slaying dragons. And he understands that he's going to get burned sometimes. He's going to get singed. But Harry said he is going to absolutely finish Goliath. He is David. His middle name is David and Goliath. And I just love this. I love seeing it. All right, y'all. I'm going to put up this. And this comes from Kaiser from Celebich. And she wrote this. She said, Princess Kate will attend a state welcome ceremony next week, but not the state dinner. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it. What y'all think about that? That she is not gonna be all dressed up with the crown on her head. Another missed opportunity to put a tiara on her head. She's gonna be there to welcome the Amir from I think it Qatar, but she's not gonna be at the dinner. And like I said, people are speculating that it has something to do between her and Cammy. But let's get into this article from Celebrity. And it says, I told y'all a lot of articles today. That's why I stayed mostly doing articles today. Not so much on the social media platforms because there's so many good articles out there. So I'm going to put this one up. And it says, Princess Kate will attend a state welcome ceremony next week, but not the state dinner. Let that wash all over you. I just, it make you want to say, what's going on here? But you best believe we don't know what is going on here, but you best believe it is something going on here. And you remember last week I kept saying, this is huge. This is huge. Things like this does not happen. That whole reception, diplomatic reception, and she not showing, that was huge. And her being at the welcome and not at the dinner, huge, huge. And we all know that this has nothing to do with her precancerous cells. Absolutely not. It has something to do with something else that we don't know about yet. Now we can guess at it. And I got some good guesses, but that's all they are is guesses. But let's get into this article. It says, last week there was a sudden announcement from Buckingham Palace, the day of the palace's big diplomatic reception, one of the few annual tiara events left on the royal calendar. The palace announced that King Charles, Queen Camilla, and Prince William would be the only royals in attendance. And to me, that's weird in itself. No Sophie, no Edward, no Anne, no none of them. Usually all of them are there. And just those three. To me, that was weird. And do you not know the year before, it was like a little hubbub about Sophie wearing a tiara that Kate had worn previously. And they were saying it was going to be some kind of little mess between that, which is so, these is rich people problems. Y'all ever heard that? This is rich people problem. This is rich people's problems. Why do you care who wear a tiara that don't even belong to you? It belongs to the people. It belongs to the state. Why are you worried if Sophie wears a tiara or not? But they said it was a problem there. But like I said, rich people's problems. But let's go on. It said it was the palace publicly benching Princess Kate. Now, this is what Kaiser believes. Kaiser believes that it was the palace publicly benching Kate, but we don't know why. Why are they benching Kate? What is up here? And it says, the palace didn't even offer some excuse why Kate wasn't attending the reception she attended for years. I have my theories, of course, but I suspect William, Camilla, Charles are all in agreement that Kate is no longer allowed to prim or grim in a tiara any longer. Hmm. And it says, speaking of, the palace is preparing for a big state visit next week. The Emir of Qatar will make a state visit starting on Tuesday, December the 3rd. While Kate has been announced for the welcome ceremony, old Wadey is not welcome at the state dinner. Yikes. Y'all think? Y'all know this is messy. This is messy, and I love it. I love the mess. I love it. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it in the comments. It says, it's understood that Princess Kate, who announced in September that she completed chemotherapy treatment, will not be at the palace party. This is similar to last week's announcement that Kate would not attend the diplomatic reception. The palace is making point to blank Kate and not give a reason for the public benching on the record. It says all of the royal reporters got the same information too, that Kate would not attend the state dinner, but she's managed to get a constellation prize of going to a daytime welcome ceremony. Last time she participated in the state visit, she hiked up her skirt and flashed the Southern Korean delegation. What will she do in this welcome ceremony? What is going on, y'all? What is going on? I remember this. I do. And I said, now, if that had been Megan, if Megan had breathed the wrong way, if she turned her head too fast or quickly, she would have been inundated with article after article after article branding her disrespectful, branding her uncouth, branding her, unsophisticated, and probably even calling her trash in the process. But Kate comes out and does this, and they say how beautiful her legs are. Now, I remember, I think it was Maureen who said that. And when you try to convince me it's no invisible contract, I think about this. Because it's no way Megan would have been able to get away with something like this. And she looked so weird when that outfit, she was overdressed. It was just horrible. And you could see the looks on Charles and Camilla's face when she got out of the car and she had on that red outfit, and it was just so much. I don't know, but she is going to the welcome ceremony and not the dinner. Y'all discuss it in the comments. I don't know. And I'm going to put this up, and it says, new, the Princess of Wales would take part in the state visit by the Emir of Qatar next week. Buckingham Palace has announced she will attend some elements but will miss the state banquet. And this particular squatty reposted and said this: things are becoming more desperate for Lady Macbeth Kate. While she forced herself into the Qatar visit and will now go with Willie to greet the guests before accompanying them back to Buckingham Palace, she's still not invited to the state banquet. Now, my theory is this. I think she has been benched. I think she's been benched, and it's something going on, and it could be a whole lot of different things. But it also could be Camilla treacherous tale, because we all know what a witch that climbs on a broom has nothing on Camilla. So it could have something to do with Camilla, and it could have something to do with the relationship between her and the slumlord Willie. Who knows? But it's a lot to think about. I'm gonna put this one up, and it says, "We be new, we be new." It said, "We be new that Cammy can't stand Kate. She wants Rose so bad." So this particular squad is saying that it's Cammy. It is Camilla. Cause you know that's what they call Camilla Cammy. But yes, and I saw these articles, and I'm telling you, I ran to find this one where it says Queen Camilla doesn't want to pass her duties on to Kate Middleton due to tense relationship. I ran to get that one. That was the one that I wanted, and I'm gonna put it up here. Yes, I did. I found it, and it says it was in Cosmopolitan, and it says Queen Camilla does not want to pass her duties on to Kate Middleton due to tense relationship. And y'all know we discussed this as a theory not too many podcasts back. We did because we had noticed, and it was like a word on the curb. People was talking, squatters was talking, and said that it had something to do with the reason we didn't see them together was some tension, was some problem between Cammy and Kitty Cat. And now we found this article. Okay, y'all, let's get into this article. It says this: multiple sources are out here claiming that Prince William has been gearing up for his eventual ascendance to the throne. And you know, we have been talking about this. Everything that come up, we be talking about it already. We have talked about it in a podcast. We had chit chatted about it. We had chopped it up and just discussed it. And this is another thing that's coming out that we talked about, we discussed, and I would give y'all the little what people are talking about on the curve, the word on the curve. And so we had discussed this, that he has not stopped talking about being king, his kingdomship, since the queen died, since they lowered Queen Betty down in that boat. And Charles has a problem with it because he finds it disrespectful. William is showing no respect and no deference for Charles, and Charles has a problem about it. But my whole thing is this: Charles is getting what he deserves. This is of his own making. His relationship and how William feels about him and wanting him to punch that ticket to and get on the train to glory, and because he's ready to take over the reins, that is of his own making because he was a trash father. And so is no deference paid to him when it comes to William. But this is what it says: it says, creating drama. Let me read that whole beginning again because I wanted you to get the full effect of what they're saying. It says, multiple sources are out here claiming that Prince William has been gearing up for his eventual ascension to the throne, creating drama with King Charles, who is said to be jealous of his son's popularity. And my whole thing is William popular? If I'm telling you, ain't nobody over there really, really popular because everywhere William go, they boo him. But I guess Charles is jealous the fact that William get booed. He gets eggs. He actually had to claim cancer to keep them eggs from flying over his head. So maybe he jealous because of that. I'm just saying because I don't see any of them is, beloved over there. It says creating drama with King Charles, who is said to be jealous of his son's popularity. In the process, and on top of that, U.S. Weekly reports that Queen Camilla wants her husband to hold on to the reins for as long as possible. Who would think Camilla would want anything any different? Because we have saw pretty much on their TV screens over to the UK what kind of woman they call Queen is. And what a step down it is from Queen Elizabeth II. When y'all stepped down and stepped back and got Camilla, I'm telling you, it was a big, big step down. A source tells the outlet that the Queen loves her responsibilities and her whole life she has always wanted to be Queen, so she doesn't want to let go so fast. Apparently, Camilla also isn't thrilled about passing on her duties to Kate Middleton, as the pair has always had a tense relationship. Okay, and that might be the reason why Kate is bent. And I'm gonna put a picture up there with Kate giving Camilla the side eye. I think that is the relationship right there. It says when William does level up to king, the source says Camilla's role in the monarchy may be reevaluated, although it's likely she'll still continue to do royal engagement in some capacity. I don't believe she will. I believe when William gets the reins and he starts his kingdomship, he gonna politely get one or two of those butlers to pack up everything that might remind him of that woman. Pack it up and put it on the side of the street. I don't think Camilla is going to do any of that. William is not going to have it because let's think back to that Tom Sykes article where William made it very clear that he tolerates her. He tolerates her for now. I'm just saying. And it says, circling back to Will and Charles' awkward dynamic, real quick, another insider told US Weekly that the heir is preparing behind the scenes for when his ascension happens. Like his father, he takes being a success in the royal role very seriously. I don't believe that. I think William wants to be king? Yes. He wants to be king, but he don't want to do anything that involves being king. He wants to be king so he can be better than Harry. Feel like he won up on Harry. And what he don't seem to understand is earning your way is better than somebody giving it to you. Everything that Harry has right now, he has earned it. All the respect, all of the accolades. Harry earned that. He created a space for himself here in this world. William did not have to. His space was already created when he came out of the birth canal. And I don't care what nobody say, you have to have more respect for Harry. I'm just saying. And it says William and Charles are rivals when it comes to work, and that Charles' jealousy over William's popularity is similar to how he felt about Diana. Charles just don't like none of his children, do he? He just don't like any of them. That's why he's such a good step grandfather and a good stepfather to Camilla's brood because he doesn't have to have any kind of competition with them. But he feels a competition when it comes to William and Harry. Isn't that sad? It is so sad. And as a parent, it's really, really sad because if you are a loving, caring parent, you want your kids to be better than you. You want that for them. You want them to have more success. You want everything good. You don't want them to make the mistakes that you have made. Just like what Harry was saying, that Charles had told him that he had suffered. So Harry had to suffer. And Harry said, that doesn't make any sense. You should want better for your children. But Charles' twisted mind is he don't want any better for his children. He wants better for himself. And he has spawned William, who could care less about him. If somebody said that your father is dead right now, William would be upgrading his website on social media from Princess of Wales to the what is it, King William? That's what William would be doing. Just like Charles could have cared less about the Queen. The Queen lay dying and he was out there foraging for mushrooms. So he's going to get back what he pretty much put out there. Karma is going to feed him right back what he put out there. And I love that for him. I do. And it says, uh, this is the same source who claim William and Charles are rivals when it comes to work, and that Charles' jealousy over William's popularity, similar to how he felt about Diana. More on their whole thing. So evidently we're gonna get more later. That was a good article, and I loved it. But everything that we have discussed here on the podcast, we said this. We said every bit of this that Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace was at war. We said that. We said that William has not stopped talking about his ascension to the throne since the Queen died. Because the reason William didn't open his mouth about that is because he actually had respect for Elizabeth. He actually showed her deference. He respected his grandmother. Look how lovingly Harry talks about his grandmother. But he showed none of that for Charles. And Charles has earned that. He has earned that disdain from his children because he chose to put Camilla before his children. And this is what he gets. And he's still jealous of his children, jealous of them. And we all saw that on full display in Australia when him and his horse came down the steps of the opera house. Nobody but a sick, jealous human being would have done that. He saw Harry and Meghan come down. I bet you he was in such pain. He is such a emotionally retarded human being. And William is right there with him. Like I said, I think that's the way the firm raised them because they can't stand for anybody to do anything except them. And they're so childish. They are so retarded in their emotional development. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up, y'all. And it says Camilla was shrewd, crass in her blatant cheating with Charles on Diana. She thought it was cool to be an older, unattractive side piece effing a beautiful girl's husband. She was shrewd and crass and is having her media pals harassing Prince Harry and Meghan. Where is the lie? Because we all saw what happened in real time. She had a Christmas party with Jeremy Clarkson, and all of a sudden he laying in the bed gnashing his teeth, wanting to throw crap at Meghan out of the blue. After he done had lunch, well, Christmas lunch, and what is it? Some kind of Christmas party with Camilla. We saw that, and this person reposted it and said this: I am so happy that Meghan and Harry left that toxic environment, and it's good to see Camilla finally being exposed. Meghan and Harry was always right. Absolutely. And Harry and Meghan then said all they could have said. I'm sure it's some things that could be said. Because, like I said, we done saw a lot of it just being sitting back and watching. Camilla is a horrible, horrible person. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And Dr. Shola, she posted this. She posted this about the 60 Minutes. She went there, and when Harry was on 60 Minutes, it said in a new book, Prince Harry accused Camilla and even his father at times of using him or William to get better tabloid coverage for himself. Prince Harry writes, Camilla sacrificed me on her personal PR altar. And boy, did they say this, they said that, no. And now it has been proven everything that Harry said in that 60-minute interview was absolutely right. Dr. Shola said this: Camilla gave wicked stepmother a new name. After what she did to Princess Diana, you would think she would show contrition to her sons. But no, she partied with haters of Harry's wife, Meghan, and sacrificed him for PR. The worst kind of stepmother who smiles while stabbing you. Shame. And y'all remember in my podcast, now I think it was 2 podcasts back, I said Harry had so many holes in him from being shanked. When he drank water, it just spouted out of him. He didn't know how much he had been shanked until he left that place. Everybody was shanking him. Everybody was stabbing him. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put this up. It's quite a few about Camilla, and I picked out some of the good ones that we're going to talk about. And it said, according to a new Channel 4 documentary, Queen Camilla was allegedly responsible for media leaks concerning Prince Harry's personal life. She was the one over there just absolutely just feeding it to the press. She was the one. And with Charles's blessing. With Charles's blessing. Yeah. And we knew it was her. And then this one says, I'm going to put this one up. And it says, my heart breaks for that little boy who lost his mom, then faced exactly what she did. Britain should hang their heads in shame for allowing this to happen to Prince Harry. I agree. And I'm going to put his little face up here. That is the face I think about. I think about this face. This is the face who had to absolutely try to survive in the face of this wicked, wicked woman and his trash, trash father. And they did everything they could do to try to have an easy time being king and queen, and it has not worked out that way. It has not happened like that for them. And I love that for them. I do. They deserve nothing more or nothing less than all of this ridicule. And this particular person said they abused Diana, then they abused Harry, then they abused Meghan. They would have done the same to Archie and Lilibet. They don't they did countless evil things with William's approval. Exactly. Because William has been taught to do and behave like his father. And that's why I said if Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet had been raised with Charlotte, Louis, and George, George is being raised within the system. Charlotte is being raised within the system. Louis is being raised within the system. And that system teaches you to be against everybody, to be all for self. It's no such thing as family. You are in a viper's nest. You are in a scorpion's den and you sting, sting, sting. And that's exactly what Charlotte, Louis, and George is going to do. And Archie and Lilibeth would have been the victims of that. So Harry and Meghan moving away from there and keeping their children private right now is the best. And to keep them away from William's kids. Like I said, those kids seem like they are so sweet now. But it's somehow when you put really sweet kids into the system of the firm, when they come out the other end, they're scorpions and they do nothing but sting. So to keep Archie and Lily away from that, they just won't know them. And it's horrible, horrible for it to be like that. But even though you hate for it to be that way, it's still that way. And you have to deal with it the way it is. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up, and it says instead of Charles supporting Harry, he removed his security, evicted them from Frogmore Cottage, removing his place of residence in the UK. He did everything for the wicked stepmother who has used her media friends to attack Meghan in her quest to destroy Harry's family. Where is the lie? They have been on a quest to destroy Harry and Meghan. Y'all remember in the Harry and Meghan documentary when Harry had went off to do the Sandrium summit, and Meghan was left in Canada, in Vancouver. She was putting up the Christmas tree and she got emotional. No, she wasn't putting up the Christmas tree. She had a towel on her head. She had just washed her hair. And she said, they are trying to destroy us. She got really emotional and she said that. And that's exactly what they were trying to do. Because Megan said it on full display to the camera. They're trying to destroy us. And that's exactly what happened. It says Prince Harry's account of Camilla is not scathing. It's true. Camilla is a biatch, but Charles should have protected his sons. Charles was so busy trying to malign Diana's memory that he didn't care if Camilla was tormenting Diana's son the same way she had Diana. Where is the lie in that? And it might be he was so jealous, so resentful, and so hateful towards Diana. That might be the reason he has these feelings about his sons. Because to me, Charles was not a father, he was just someone who tolerated his children. He never really spent any time with Harry or William. He never did. He didn't have any time to spend or to do anything with those kids unless it was on an official engagement. But just something behind the scenes or something, he did not. Charles is a trash father, and he is getting what he deserves when it comes to William. Completely. I love that. I love that. I'm going to put this one up, and it says King Charles III and his ugly, rotten mistress. I'm telling you, I don't know. Was it a part two? Because these are fresh drags. The squad, I mean, it's post after post after post on my timeline of squatties dragging Camilla. I'm just saying, it says wife Camilla did that to a teenager. Prince Harry was a minor, wicked human being. And they're talking about how King Charles accused of sacrificing Prince Harry to save his and mistress's image after affair. Y'all remember I had that particular article. I think it was Sunday. Sunday we was talking about this. But I'm thinking it was a part two. I don't know. I'm gonna put this up. This person posted this. It says The greed of Charles and William, the skullduggery of Camilla, and the manipulation of the gutter press shows the English monarchy for all it ever was, a facade to shield and enable the bloated racist establishment. Calling Parker Bowles Majesty is the final reveal. Where is the lie? When you can absolutely call this person who has done nothing but the horizontal mambo to get exactly where she's gotten. And it's my understanding that's pretty much what it said in this particular documentary, that it was the mambo, the horizontal mambo was why she got where she got. I'm just saying, and they said she would do the horizontal mambo anywhere because it was a particular article. And if I can find it, I'm gonna put it up here where it said that Camilla did the horizontal mambo in the bushes while Diana slept upstairs, and that was an actual article. Yeah, so this is what this woman has done all her life. And they said that one of the squatties said that that's pretty much all they said. She said she had the ability to know how to manipulate and do the horizontal mambo. I'm just saying. And this particular person posted this, reposted this and said on top of that one, we can't accept Queen Camilla, but Camilla is the true face of royalty. Royalty is simply the ability to be more greedy, selfish, and heartless than anyone else. Behind the cheesy, gilded propaganda, we see all of it is Camilla Parker Bowles is the Queen of England. Ugh. Ugh. When I read that, that's what my first response was. I'm going to put this up, y'all, and it says, at the end of the day, it was never about what Megan wants, Megan gets, but has always been what Camilla wants, Camilla gets. Hashtag Camilla Wicked Stepmother. And this particular squatty reposted that particular post and said, Camilla, wicked stepmother, tormented Princess Diana and William, and especially Harry, when it was her son who was the one supplying the drugs. And Charles protected Bowles. I'd like to know what dirty secret she has knowledge of. Abolish the monarchy. Yes, that big old head son of hers. I don't that I hate to say this, it might not be the place of, but her son head is so big. How did she deliver him? How did I know he had to be a C-section baby because that head could not come through the birth canal. And if it did, that might be the reason why Camilla was able to do the horizontal mambo to the point where Charles absolutely wanted to be her tampon. I'm just saying, because who in the world deliver a child with a head that big? But I digress. But yes, he was the one. He was the drug dealer. He was the one supplying. And I believe intentionally. I have said this in past podcasts, and it's a little controversial, but I'm going to say it again. I would not be surprised if Camilla wasn't working with her son to corrupt William, to corrupt Harry, because Camilla always wanted to be where she's at now, and she was willing to do anything to be there. And that is including using her own son, get Harry and William involved in things that they shouldn't be involved in and never would be involved in if it wasn't for her son, in order to get good press for Charles. This whole thing about Harry going to rehab and all this kind of stuff could all have been cooked up by Charles and Camilla at the breakfast table using her own son, because she is not above using her own children to get what she wants. I never believe that. It's no low she won't go, and Charles too. I'm just saying. So that's my theory. Well, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm sticking beside it. Put this one up. I found this and it said how the Sussex Squad changed the narrative around Harry and Meghan. So that piqued my interest, of course, and I put this one up and it says how the Sussex Squad changed the narrative around Harry and Meghan. And when I saw that, I said somebody has actually written about this. So, of course, I clicked the link and this is what came up. It did. It says how the Sussex Squad changed the narrative around Harry and Meghan. It said in today's media landscape, powerful outlets often control the story that shapes public perception. For a long time, this seems to be the case with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. After stepping back from serving Harry's family, the couple found themselves at the center of relentless negative press, from the British tabloids. The media's portrayal was overwhelmingly one sided, casting Harry and Meghan as villains in a saga of their own making. But again, the tide of negativity and online community known as the Sussex Squad emerged, determined to change the narrative. The Sussex Squad, a global network of Harry and Meghan supporters, quickly became a force to be reckoned with. Through consistent effort online, they managed to challenge the traditional media portrayal of the couple and, in doing so, shifted the conversation around them. What's remarkable is how effective this grassroots movement has countered what seems like an unstoppable media machine. And that is so true. That is so true. Because that is the reason why they thought they were going to win. Because they have done it time and time again. They have been the makers and the breakers of people. And they had, in a collective, decided that Harry and Meghan needed to be broken. But they did not anticipate this grassroots uh, community springing up, the Sussex Squad, to push back on them. And they didn't anticipate how effective we were going to be and how we consistently grow in numbers. That's why I have always said, and I'm going to say it again, the ones on the dark side, I believe they are fed by bots, because it is funny that we are not as strong in number as they are. Our podcasts do not get the views that theirs do. But yet and still, when the Sussex Squad collectively decides on something, things move, they shift. But it doesn't move or shift over there. All they do is talk noise in an echo chamber. That's it. We make ish happen. When we decide things need to move, things need to shift, we do that. And I love that about us. Sussex Squad, however, didn't sit idly by. Instead, they created a parallel narrative by sharing facts, positive stories, and alternative perspectives that broke through the repetitive cycle of negativity. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? I'm telling you. And one other thing about the Sussex Squad that I love, we're fierce. We're fierce protectors. That's why I end my podcast the way I end it every night. We're fierce. You mess with Harry and Meghan, Archie or Lilibet, or even Mama Mia, Poola or Guy, or any of them chickens over there, we will eat your face off. We're fierce like that. And I just love that about us. I do. I do. It says social media became the battleground, and the Sussex Squad's tactics was rooted in something simple: amplify the truth. Woo! Don't make me shout. Don't make me shout now. They regularly fact checked misinformation. We came with the receipts. If you want a receipt, say something online. Say something online about Harry and Meghan. The Sussex Squad will dig through your memory. I always say that all the time. Your hopes, your dreams, they will go through your aspiration and find a receipt. That is the Sussex Squad. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I am so proud to be a part of this community. I just love it. I do. And it says circulate clips of Harry and Meghan speaking in their own words and highlighting positive news about the couple's charity work. This isn't just about defending the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, it's about holding the media accountable for one sided reporting by pushing back against inaccuracies, and they help create a more balanced discussion where people could assess a broader range of perspectives. We did that. We did that. We did it, and we did it consistently. Like I said all the time, sometimes I don't feel like doing a podcast, but I get up every day and I do it because I understand that my voice out there matters. The pushback matters. And we, as the Sussex Squad, have proven that to be true. We change the narrative. I said this in a last podcast or the podcast before. We have won. We all we have to do now is not succeed any ground because the Sussex Squad has won. We have, and I love it. I love it. It says the Sussex Squad also understood something fundamentally about how social influence work. People are more likely to adopt a view that they see others supporting. By building a visible and active community online, the squad encouraged more people to join their cause. The hashtag Sussex Squad became a symbol of solidarity, unifying those who were tired of seeing Harry and Meghan vilified and relocating and or as the advocating for themselves. And that is how I got involved. That's how I got involved because I just got so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it, but I just knew something had to be done. The way they were treating Harry and Meghan, it was just crazy how they was mistreating this couple. And then, the Sussex Squad was born. Tina and Michelle decided to put their voice out there, and it grew and grew and grew and grew. And here recently, I jumped on board and decided to do a podcast. Yes, I love it. And it says, at the same time, the squad fostered an atmosphere of positivity and support. This wasn't just about responding to critics or debunking myths. It is about building community rooted in encouragement. Yes, yes. Because when I started my podcast, I said, I want to find my tribe. Where is my people? And my people keep assembling, and I love y'all. I do. Don't get me started on the readers now. Don't get me started on how terrific y'all are. But yes, that's what the Sussex Squad did for me. It helped me to find my tribe, my people, and I am thrilled with it. And it said it wasn't about responding to critics or debunking myths. It was about building community rooted in encouragement, sharing stories of Harry and Meghan philanthropy, and focusing on their positive impact. The squad created a space where fans could celebrate the couple rather than simply defend them. And this shift is a tone help make their movement more appealing, drawing in people who might not have previously engaged but appreciated the kindness and optimism that the Sussex Squad brought to social media. Tell me that's not a great article. Article. Wait a minute. It's one more little part. I got to say this. It says, in the end, the Sussex Squad's greatest achievement is that they have proven the power of collective action. Despite the influence and the reach of the British media, they've shown that the public narrative isn't set in stone. When enough people come together with a common goal, they can change the conversation. Harry and Meghan may be at the center of this story, but the Sussex Squad has turned into something much bigger, a movement for truth, fairness, and positive change in the online world. Oh, I love it, y'all, because everything in there is how I feel. It is. And I just love it. I do. I do. All right, I'm gonna put this up, and it said, "Y'all, how angry do you think Ho and Company squatties? I can't with y'all. I cannot." It said, "How angry do you think Ho and Company are that they tried to destroy Harry and Meghan, but failed because of one biracial American woman who showed Harry his worth and was strong enough to stand with him? Love wins." Megan stood right there. She did. And they put her through HE double hockey sticks on wheels. But she stood right there with her man. And I just love that. I do. I do. I do. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this up. And this is what they're talking about when they talk about polo. Look at Prince Harry on this horse. Oh, my. Oh man, look at this. Oh my goodness, this is the official poster of Polo from Netflix. Oh my. Don't y'all love it? I love it. Look at Harry's face. Oh, and the horse. I can't wait. I can't wait, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this up. Y'all know what that means. You know, I have loved this podcast because it's got some good stuff in it. I'm just saying. And I got some good stuff coming tomorrow that I left out of today because it was just so much. So y'all make sure y'all come back tomorrow because I got some more good stuff. But I'm going to put this up and y'all know what it means. It means if you mess with Harry and Meghan, if you slip up and decide to mess with them too, the Sussex Squad will jump up and eat your face off. I'm just saying. Bye, y'all. Bye.